Now that we're in the section of the class where we're talking about facing global challenges and addressing them, we're going to talk a little bit about the United Nations. Professor Rebecca Cruz joins me again to talk about this organization because there's a lot of debate about how effective the United Nations really is. Professor Cruz, the United Nations was founded as an attempt to prevent war. Has it done that?
That's a very good question. In some instances, perhaps it has. It has done a number of peacekeeping operations. In other instances, perhaps it's been a failure, because obviously we have had a number of wars since the United Nations was created. But it's an organization that has a lot of missions and a lot of goals. Yes, they want to promote peace. They want to stop war. They also want to promote human rights. They want to advocate for poor people. And they want to provide security, including health and the environment.
So this is one international organization that has a very large mandate, right? It covers a lot of the global community. So it's difficult when you talk about its effectiveness because it's trying to accomplish an awful lot. But let's talk a little bit about the representation, right? So the United Nations has a General Assembly. It has membership from all countries, or almost all countries of the world. But it also has this thing called the Security Council, which has a few members that actually help make most of the decisions in the United Nations. So which is it? Is it representative? Does the General Assembly really, rule the United Nations? Or does the Security Council actually rule? I mean, this is really tricky too, but how representative really is the United Nations?
Well, it's both. It's representative and it's somewhat elite. As you mentioned, the General Assembly obviously is made up of the 193 members of the United Nations, but the power really does lie in the P5, the powerful countries. And this is somewhat smart. Think of your realism. Those that created the institution set up the institution in such a way that it benefits them. And so the 5 powers at that time created the P5, and it allows them to have veto power and determine when the United Nations will get involved. That can be very crucial.
So the P5, meaning the permanent 5, so the permanent members of the Security Council are the United States, China, Russia, France, and the United Kingdom. It's no accident, really, that these are the 5 great powers of the world, those that are the legitimate nuclear powers of the world. So there's some relationship, clearly, in this type of organization with power. But nonetheless, we have health organizations. The World Health Organization is affiliated with the United Nations. We have many other organizations, as you mentioned, social and economic issues, where there's been a tremendous amount that's been accomplished by the United Nations. So I don't know, is the jury still out on whether the United Nations is an effective organization or not?
In my personal opinion, I would say that the United Nations has been both a success and a failure in a lot of ways. A success in terms of their social programs, as you mentioned, that they have gone out and inoculated people against diseases that once used to wipe out whole villages, that they've increased funding towards education and brought a number of people in the world out of poverty. In other instances, they've been a dismal failure in the sense that they are slow to act in a lot of situations. We've seen Darfur and the situation in Syria where they haven't been able to do a lot. Beyond that, we've seen a lot of recent instances where peacekeepers are actually involved in rape, and it just came out by a Yale University study that peacekeepers brought cholera to Haiti during their mission there a couple years ago. So pros and cons of the organization. But in general, I would say it's an organization that has a value and has a function. It is the one place where representatives from the entire world can come together at the same table and have a discussion, and that is incredibly significant.
So the United Nations as a forum, a place to discuss issues in the global community, is incredibly important. So what do you think? Is the United Nations a failure? Is it a success? Or sometimes is it both?